I don't even know if this is working. Supposedly I'm live. Oh. Yep. I never been live before, guys. You can ask me anything. I don't know how this chat works yet. I never been live on no platform. Facebook, Instagram, nothing. If you have any credit related questions, I'll answer them. Give me your situation. I'll do my best to go in depth what I would do in your situation. Let me know if the audio is okay as well. If anybody can hear me. Let me see. What's up, Bodyguard 856? You got any credit? Ask. Is it lagging for everybody? Like, I'm not sure if it's lagging. What do I think about Credit Strong? I've actually never heard of that company. Give me 1 second. Because I've only used I used Self Lender before. Well, Self now. Let me see. The cool thing, basically the cool thing about Self Lender though, is they came out with a Self Lender secure card. So basically, if you make, I think, 3 or 4 on-time payments, you could apply for the secure card, and they'll use the money that's in your actual loan account. So with Self Lender, you'll get basically a secured loan and a secured credit card all through just one company by applying for a plan. So I think that's a little cool on their end. Yeah, and then I mean, if Credit Strong is pretty much the same thing, you're going to get the same results, whichever one you use, Self Lender or Credit Strong. As long as they report, you're going to basically get the on-time payments, and it's going to be basically a secured loan. So you'll get the same results, which with everyone you use. But like I said, with Self Lender, they do got the secure card option now as well. So you get basically a 2-in-1, a secured credit card. Then you also get the secured loan. So I think that's a cool concept. You kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Any other credit related questions from anybody? I need a haircut. so I haven't dropped a video. Or you got any ideas for any videos to cover? I'm actually thinking about doing a new concept where like some people, they get confused because they get like contradicting information. So I want to react to like other YouTubers. So for example, if you went to somebody that, you know, talks about credit, and if me and him have basically different ideas on it, I would want to react to those videos and give my perspective of why I think differently about it. You know, things like that. So basically I'll be reacting to other YouTubers. Um, it depends. Um, if you get both of them, then you'll have $10,000 of available credit. So it just really depends on your situation. Like it depends on your situation, because if you have a lot of credit that's maxed out on your credit report, so let's say you have like $5,000 in credit cards right now that are like maxed out, then getting both of them would be more ideal. But like say you don't have any credit cards that are maxed out or anything, you could just get one of them. But if you need more available credit to be showing on your credit, then you get them both and it'll show $10,000 because it'll be 5,000 a piece. But if you don't need that much, you know, it's not going to boost your score for having $10,000 available credit versus 5 if your ratio is still under 9%. Doesn't matter. You can have $300 and your ratio is under 9%. You still get the same. It's not going to boost your score based on, you know, the more you have. So it's just, that's something to take into consideration. But if you just really need one, to be honest with you, unless you have maxed out cards with high utilization. Because they both require you to make a purchase every 6 months. So say you buy something you paid off, you got to go back and buy something else to keep them open every 6 months just to keep that line open, or they'll close the account. With the My Jewelers Club, I was buying G-Shocks from them. So that's how I kept my account open with them when I needed them. But after a while, I just let it go. The My Jewelers Club, if you don't make a purchase after so long, they're gonna close your account, because they want you, the point of the way they make money is by you basically buying from them. Okay, then that's what it probably was then, because I didn't pay for something and they closed my account. It might have been the yearly. It might have been the yearly membership then. Let me see. Hell yeah, the G Shocks definitely overpriced. But I mean, you know, we're obviously, you know, obviously you're gonna do it at that point, you know, to build the credit. But yeah, the G Shock I bought, I seen at what was it, Ross for like $60, and I paid like 120 for it. So I paid pretty much double. And then all the rest of the jewelry just, you just, everybody knows what it is. You're just going there for basically the trade line. Um, all of my videos are private. What the hell? The credit companies, some of them are good. I wouldn't do a credit sweep. It just really all depends. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna answer that question. Just give me 1 second because they're saying all my videos are private. I want to take a look at that real fast. The only thing I've made private was a live I did earlier. I was only online for like 30 seconds. Oh shit, all my videos are private. What the hell? What the hell? Yeah, I'm about to fix that. I'm not sure why all my videos went private. I'm assuming because earlier I tried to make I streamed earlier, but it was like a 30-second stream and I tried to make that private. And oh damn. Yeah, I'm gonna make them public right now. What the hell? I didn't realize all my videos were private. Thank you for telling me that. Last of a dying breed. To answer the questions about these credit repair companies, I say just do your research on who you're gonna use because some companies I'd rather go with a company that's gonna do like a flat rate and they're gonna do like maybe 6 months, of your credit repair. Like Erica Williams, I believe, does a flat rate and she'll do it for like 6 months or something. But I wouldn't sweep my whole credit report and make it blank because I did a video talk explaining why you wouldn't want to have just like a blank profile, even if you keep an old collections from like 7 years ago, because you're gonna want that age of credit history. So I wouldn't sweep everything, but anything current, I mean, I would get rid of. But that's getting rid of things off of your credit isn't gonna actually boost it. You're gonna want to still add trade lines, meaning like a self lender, a My Jewelers Club, a secured card to like actually do positive things on your credit. That'll boost your credit even if you have collections on there. A lot of people a lot of people what they're selling is getting these like collections account off, but that's not going to really help your score. It's not going to give you a huge boost. You still need positive things reporting. But as far as the companies, I do my research on because some companies, if they do it monthly, they might try to keep you like longer. And that's definitely not cool for them to try to keep you longer. Visibility. All right, all my videos, there should be updating now. They should be back. I thought that was just affecting the lives. Apparently, it wasn't affecting the lives only. Yeah, all my videos should be public now. Everything should be back. All my playlists should be back to public. Um, the videos I did on the CPNs were a little bit clickbaity because I am against people using CPNs. Because most people that use the CPNs, like what you're doing, is really a finesse. You're just trying to scam. But if I look at it like if you're selling drugs, you can get away with it, but if you get caught, you get caught. It's just one of those situations. Not everybody gets caught, but if you do get caught, then you're in some trouble. All right, cool. I was tripping out for a minute, like all my videos were gone. All right. But if you have any ideas for videos or any topics you want me to cover, you could drop them in the comments. I'll make a video on it. I'm gonna record a video later on today. Y'all just let me know what you want me to cover, and I'll go in depth on the topic. Also, what do you think about basically me doing the reaction to other people that talk about credit, like just in case there's like conflicting information and you're confused, you don't know who to believe, you don't know who to trust. I could react to it and then give my take on why I wouldn't do that or why I would do that and why I agree or disagree with it. Okay, I could do that. I could do an update on secured cards. But most secured cards suck. But Amazon has a secured card now as well, so I could throw that into the mix. Amazon has a secured card. Self-Lender they're coming out with that secured card I was telling you about, where you're basically killing two birds with one stone, getting a secured loan and a secured card through them. So that's two trade lines from one company instead of going through the hassle. And then I could cover the Amazon. People that want something without a hard inquiry, you can always do like the Opensky. But I'll definitely cover a lot more secure cards. What about trade lines? Do any of you want me to drop a video on trade lines where basically you're just paying for somebody's history? The problem with that though is it actually only lasts on your credit report for a couple months. Yeah, you're correct. The difference between getting a secured card and the My Jewelers Club or the New Coast Direct is the utilization factor. So, say you get a secured card, you're trying. Most people would get the My Jewelers Club just so that way they have basically a low utilization. So if you get a $300 secured card, max it out, but you have a My Jewelers Club, you're still gonna have a super low utilization. So that's why most people would get both. But if you're good with the secured card and keeping the utilization low, then you won't need the My Jewelers Club. It's just for that extra little boost. And also, sometimes when you're applying for actual credit card, like a regular credit card, non-secured, if you have a My Jewelers Club, you have a higher chance of getting a higher limit because sometimes credit card companies, they'll go based off of like your last, basically your last card, your last limit. And if they seen like My Jewelers Club gave you a $5,000 limit, they might try to come close to that to match it. So that's another reason people get it as well. So it really depends where you're at and what it is you're trying to do. And what's your credit score, if you don't mind me asking, bodyguard? 856. It's hot in here because I don't have a fan inside of my office because when I record mid 600s right now. Okay. Do you have collections? You're disputing that's for sale? Okay. 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 And what's the length with that AU? I'm actually gonna I was more or less asking what was the Because the American Express AU, like, did it come with a lot of history, like a couple years of history, or did it not like backdate the history? Oh, yeah, because I know, yeah, I know Amexes don't really show an amount. Hmm. Because Amexes are usually charge cards, so at the end of every month you got to usually pay them off, and that's it. You use it and you pay it off at the end of the month. So that's why they never really show, because it's an open-ended card. Yeah, I would have definitely went with the AU that okay. But their credit cards isn't it usually like through like a different kind of company, like you know how like Amazon has their own credit card, so then they're backed by like another company or whatever. And then Chase has, you know, like Chase will go and give a credit card to certain companies, things like that. Okay, so it's the Marriott card. So ultimately, it doesn't even seem like it helped you as much as another AE would have if it would have backdated. Because that's why when you said like you were mid 600s with what you said you had, you should have been a little bit higher than that. That's why I was curious about that AU. Because if you had a lot of history come with that AU, a couple years of history, you would have shot up a lot higher than the mid 600s. Okay. Yeah, you're definitely on the right track though. The crazy part is like once you start getting like your own, like, you know, once you have your own like credit cards and stuff, after a certain amount of time, like it's just a matter of time at that point. You know, building up more on-time payment history, building up the length of your history. Like at a certain point, like there's really nothing more you can do besides it's just time, basically. Unless you get an AU that has like 10 years on it or something. I don't know if I can see this. Um, the Discover It secured card. That's a pretty good card because you could graduate into the non-secured card as well. It's kind of like a capital. But I think those offer, like, they offer you perks to discover it. I never got the Discover It card. What's your utilization look like? Because that great utilization is going to be under like 9% or lower. Damn. If you're keeping your utilization at 0%, you don't even need to add the New Coast Direct. I just go with the Discover It, because at least the Discover It, you can graduate into a non-secured card, so they'll give you back your security deposit, and then you can still have the Discover It card. The New Coast Direct, you can't really graduate into anything, so I wouldn't do it because you already got a My Jewelers Club. I'd go to Discover It and then graduate. And if you do grab the Discover It, after that, I just chill for a minute. I wouldn't even add no more cards for a while, so that way you can build out your age. Because if you keep adding cards, you're just going to keep your age pretty low. I'd hold off and wait until I get until at least a 720, and then you go for them big boy cards like the Chase Sapphire and stuff. I could see that, but what you also can do is with the Discover It and the Capital One card, what you could do is you could always go back, keep the on-time payments, keep the utilization low, and then have them raise your limits. So in 6 months, ask them, and in a year, ask them if they could raise your limit. And a lot of times when you go for these credit cards, they go based on your household income. I'm not saying lie, but I'm just saying if you tell them you make 6 figures, you know what I'm saying? They go a lot of times based on the household income. So, I mean, I'm not saying lie, but, if you tell them you make 120 a year, they might give you more. Because that's what they really base it on, is how much you make. Because at that point, if you make 120 a year, they're going to trust you with 2025 because it ain't shit for you to pay it back. That's a fraction of what you make. And a lot of times they don't ask you. The only company that would ask for some paperwork is American Express, because since on their open-ended cards, if you want to use a certain amount, they'll ask you for some paperwork to prove your income. But a lot of other credit cards, when you're first applying, they don't ask. A lot of cards don't ask. Like regular credit cards won't ask, except like American Express. American Express is known for asking because they could give you $1 million line if they want to. But nah, if you're applying for any other just credit card or whatever, like these standard credit cards, they're not going to ask you for proof. But like I said, I'm not saying lie. Chase, they won't ask either, but you can't. I mean, don't go outrageous either, because if you have a Chase account, they're going to look at your Chase account. So if you don't bank with Chase, you're good. But if you do bank with them and you try to lie, they're going to look at your Chase account and be like, come on, bruh. Bro, I see your direct deposit every month. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have a Chase bank account. Yeah, so if you have a Chase bank account, don't lie to Chase because they're gonna look at your account and be like, come on now. I'm looking, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna look at your account like, bro, I just seen you overdraft. Like, but if you don't, like if you don't have an account, they're not gonna ask you. They're gonna just take your word for it. I'm about to head out of here soon. Any other questions before I go? I know. Yeah, Open Sky. It's just one of those things. Like people, you get it when you really need it, and you're in a bad situation. Because the Discover It card, they'll deny you even though it's a secure card. What do you mean you could keep adding money to the account each month? A lot of people that are like in a super messed up situation are using that what is it that primer card or whatever. But that's like people trying to finesse and get those CPNs popping. I don't know. I have no idea why a lot of people ask about CPNs. Like that's like a super hot topic. My most viewed video is the first one about the CPN scan, or is it a scam or not? Like I don't know. That's like a super hot topic, and a lot of people comment about like, oh, it's legal, bro. You just know it ain't legal. But I mean, I get why people want to use it. You know. Um, that's kind of sounds like velocity banking. What you're referring to? Who talks about that? What's his name? I can't think of the guy's name, but he does videos about velocity banking. You can Open Sky has a limit on how much you can put. Um, they do have a limit. The thing is though, I was also reading where somebody tried to put like $3,000, whatever. They try to add it, and then like their money basically got froze, and they were like going through Open Sky or whatever. It was like this big old hassle that they were going through, and their money was just sitting in the account for a while that they couldn't use because Open Sky didn't apply it. But the concept they're talking about is called velocity banking. So what you do is a lot of people use it to pay off their house early. And basically, when every time they get paid, they grab all that money they get paid and throw it back into the card, and then they use that card to pay for everything. They use it to pay like everything you can think of, all their bills. And then basically when they get paid again, they dump all the money back into the account, back into the card again, and then they use that same card and then keep the process going. But the concept is really used to pay down your mortgage in order to pay off your house early. That's what it was. That's how like people really actually used it, and it's called velocity banking, where you're putting all your money onto a credit card, and then you're asking them to increase the limit because you're using all of it, but you're also throwing all your checks back into the card. It's a better concept to use when you're doing with a regular credit card, where you can actually ask them to raise the limit for you, so they can see you're using the card, but you're also paying off the card as much as you can as well. So say you use, say you have like a $5,000 credit card, and you get paid about $3,000 a month. You're putting $3K back onto the card, and then you're using it, and you're putting it back. You're using it, and then you can ask them to raise your limit. And every time they raise your limit, you have access to a little bit more money. But look up velocity banking. That's where that concept comes from. It's from velocity banking. But the way the guy explains it, he shows you how to pay off a house in about 7 years doing it that way. I followed that guy, was just live too. What's his name? CJ Wallace is his name. He talks a lot about business credit now. Yeah, basically he's really big on business credit right now. But the way the formats of his videos, like he's trying to sell his service. Like before he was giving a lot of like good info. Now he's just uses it to try to sell his service, where you could get business credit through him. And in order to establish the business credit, you're going to pay him like $3K or some shit. Yeah. But his older videos where he talked about velocity banking, he gives a lot of game in those videos. And the concepts are, I mean, it's a good concept, especially if you're trying to pay off your house early. But basically, you're depending on that credit card. And I mean, you can use it like a savings account, but it's not really a savings account, because think about it. All the money you put into it, you owe back. It's not your money. So say you used up some money in there and then you paid it back. It's still not your money, if that kind of makes sense, if you're using a credit card. So it's just something to keep in mind as well. But it's a good concept, especially if you're racking up points along the way, so you can get free travel and stuff out of it. But yeah, I'm gonna drop a video today. I think I'm gonna do a reaction. There's this one. I'm not sure. I'm gonna look it up. The Amazon secured card. I think it's the. Let me see. Yeah, people just ain't talking about it, but it's still there. The Amazon, it's called the Amazon Credit Builder, basically. It's a difference because they do got a prepaid card, but it's not an actual credit card. Hello, the princess. And you know what's crazy? When I look at my analytics, like 98% are male between the age of 25 and 35. Like that's my whole demographic. Yeah, because it's just the Amazon secured card. I mean, it's just a secured card. Most secured cards are literally just secured cards. You're not going to really get any perks. And say they do give you like cash back or bonus points or whatever, most of them still have like, you know, a annual fee. And if they don't have an annual fee, you're not really getting anything. Like at the end of the day, they're kind of just, all secured cards are pretty crappy, if you ask me. And that's just the truth. I mean, because they don't really trust you with the credit. And the crazy part is it's your own money that you're putting on there. That's why I never really understood it, because I don't know why somebody just don't come out with like a super dope secured card, because you're never taking a loss if you really think about it. Because if you put $500 on there, say you don't pay it back, the company's never out of any money. Like, they're never out of any money, and that money that they secured, they could go and loan it out to somebody and make money on your money while you're building your credit, you know? So I don't know, like, they're really just getting over, but I don't know why somebody don't come out with a super dope secured card. Like, you're really taking no loss. You're really not taking any losses at all, because if somebody don't pay, you're good. They're paid regardless, and they could be loaning out. Like, man, let me figure out how to make a secured card. Like, I'd be having like loaning out the money as well, kind of like with what is that, lending club or whatever, and then I'll make interest on the money. So if you don't pay, it's cool, because I still made interest on the money you gave me. Like, it's whatever. Yeah, the problem with the Discover It card is I've had to deny people. Like, there's people that apply for a secured card and it still denies you. That's the problem with the Discover It card, because it does have some decent perks to it. But the problem is it's not going to accept everybody like an Opensky. Opensky doesn't discriminate. If you got a heartbeat and the $200, they're going to take you. Like, that's it. But Discover It, like, it'll deny people. Like, I've had people, I recommended it to whatever, and it denied them. Even though they're willing to pay the secured, it doesn't matter to Discover It. Like, I don't know, they're weird like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, like, so if you want a good secured card, they're still going to deny you. So it puts it in that weird situation, because once you build your credit up, you're not even going to want the secured card. You might as well just go ahead and get the regular Discover It card, the non-secured version. If you're pre-approved, I mean, I pull the trigger on it. If it's the regular non-secured card, at least try to get that one. But that's why, like, those other low-end cards like Opensky and the Primer and stuff are more popular, because they'll just give it to anybody. One of the worst people are what is it, Credit One? They want to give it like Credit One's terrible, but man, they'll give you a credit card with bad you got bad credit or whatever. And yeah, I don't even think they're secure. I think they're actually right, and they're not even like they're not a secured card. They'll give you actual credit, but they're gonna charge you for everything. Everything. I want to come out with my own secured card, man. Because like I said, you're not taking a loss on any of the money. Yeah, Credit One is crazy. Their fees are crazy. There's these other cards too. People were asking me about. I was getting questions about these. I can't remember the name of the cards, but basically, so you pay like $89, and they'll give you the credit card. You got to pay those $89 up front, and then they'll approve you for like $200 or $300 or something like that. And then they still charge you a yearly fee or whatever. So you pay the $89, you got a yearly fee. It's kind of like a Credit One, but you still got to pay like an $89 fee or a $99 fee or something. Okay. Is Indigo one of them where you got to pay like a fee in order to get the card? Because I know there's a couple cards you got to pay a fee in order to get it. Yep. And like when you pay those fees, they're not like fees like, oh, they're gonna deduct it from your balance. It's like a fee, like you gotta pay it before you can actually get the card. Yeah, I'm gonna try to come up with like a fire secured card, man, because You like I said, I understand why they do it, but man, you could really make a killing. And you're taking no chances, and just be good to the people, man. It'll keep them coming. Any more questions before I go? Correct. Yeah, self lender is just it's just something to help you basically get on your feet with a secured loan. I look at it like a 2-year car loan or something. That's what self lender is. Because if you have a car loan or something, then you really don't need a self lender. A self lender is just if you don't have any type of loan. Yeah, their new secured card is just it kind of goes hand in hand with their account, like their regular account. It just they go hand in hand with each other. Yeah, you'll never be able to graduate with the secured card because they're not an actual credit card company. The only time you can graduate is if you have an actual credit card company like a Capital One or a Discover card. Then you can graduate into their non-secured cards. But even something like an Opensky, like you'll never be able to graduate because they don't really offer non-secured cards. It's just basically for people that need help. But yeah, I'll do an update video where I talk about the Amazon card. I'm actually do another self video. It's weird calling it self lender, and talk about their new secured card because I mean that's a good option because if you grab both of them, you kind of like you're just going through one company versus going through getting a self lender and then turning around and getting an Opensky and you just everything's all in one dashboard. And self lender is pretty cool. Like if you refer people, like it's pretty cool. Like that's why I always leave a link in the description.
Go.
Hmm?
Go.
Yeah, I'm doing a live.
Mm.
We'll record a video for your channel in a little bit.
Alright. This is just yours.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I just want to check on you.
All right, I'll be out there in a bit. We'll record a video.
Alright.
Yeah, that's what I was reading. That's why it just depends, on the plan you pick. So yeah, once you have a certain amount of money, the $100, you're eligible for their secured card. That just it's basically it's a convenient factor, of just having everything in one place. Because that just helps with your credit mix, a loan, credit card, open-ended cards, store cards. Right, it doesn't really matter the plan. The only thing that factors in is basically how long, it's going to be. But most plans I tell people go with the $25 because it's like a 2-year plan and it's super cheap. So it's super affordable. It's $25 and it gives you 2 years, you know. Correct, longer would be better. That's why I say like the 2-year plan is kind of cool. Okay. Yeah, that, when they first opened, like when they first started, that's the plan I got, was that $25 plan. I don't have them anymore. Like I don't need them anymore, but I still have an account, but I don't have an active like plan. I only have an account because like it just keeps my history or whatever, and then I use like the referral still. Credit Strong has a $15 a month, $1,000 loan. Huh. So that's probably super long then, a couple years. But the thing with self lenders, you can close it at any time. So say you're like not gonna be able to make the payments anymore, like you lost your job or something. I'm gonna look into the Credit Strong. I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna do my research. I'm gonna go into all the details with it, and I might even do a whole video on it and drop a video on reviewing it. Okay, I'm gonna look into it. Yeah, because that's the cool thing, and a lot of people don't even realize that you can close the account rather than get a like basically a late payment or something. And I think I'm gonna do another video on that too, where about the late payments, where people feel like if you miss a payment or whatever, you're gonna get a late on your credit report. That's not true. Definitely not true, because say you pay on day 29 or day 30. Well, yeah, like if you pay on day 29, you won't get a late on your credit report. So it's kind of like if you're if you're in a jam, you're in a mess up situation, and it's due on the 12th, and you pay it next month on the 10th or something, you won't get a late. As long as you pay before the next one's due, you won't get a late or a 30-day late. Give me 1 second. But yeah, so I might do a video on that, because some people, so it's no point in me even. Yeah, it's a point, man. You still got a little time, so you got some time to get it together. Okay, I'm gonna look into it, and then I'm also looking to Current. I've been seeing a lot of videos about Current, but that's just more or less I think it's like a debit card, kind of like a Chime. Would you be interested in those videos as well? If I do videos on like Chime, Varo, Simple, those don't actually build your credit, but they're just more like debit cards and stuff, like online banking. Like, would you be interested in like online banking videos? Because I use Wealthfront too. Wealthfront is just literally my savings account. And that's where like I put my emergency fund, because they usually have a high interest. What is that? The American Express Serve card? I never even used the American Express Serve card. Let me check it out. It's a prepaid debit account. Okay. Oh, okay, so there's different ones, huh? There's a cashback one. There's a free reloads one, and then there's the regular one, which is most popular. It shows. I see one in blue, green, and then like gray. Green one's the best one. I'm going through it right now. I'm looking at the free refills at Walmart, 7-Eleven, etc. Okay, I'm looking at it right now because they got like when you go to the website, it got like the comparison or whatever. So that's what I'm looking at right now, the comparison between the different ones. Yep, it shows the reloads are free at CVS as well, Dollar General, Family Dollar, Rite Aid, Walmart, and participating 7-Eleven's locations. So okay, CVS, Dollar General, Family Dollar, Rite Aid. That's cool. They'll give you free reloads there. Okay, I'm gonna drop a whole video on that. I appreciate that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna drop a video about it just to inform people about it. And yeah, I see the green one. It does give you like it's the one that gives you the zero at over 45,000 locations, and the other ones are about 395. But the catch is with that one, the green one that gives you the free reloads is 695 a month, which really ain't nothing. That's basically the only difference I can see is they charge you a monthly fee, but if you get the blue one, it's a zero fee when you direct deposit $500 or more a month. But I mean, I'd rather pay $695 once a month and reload as much as I want versus paying the $395 per reload. So yeah. Yeah, I see that. It, the green one's free for all reloads, depending on the locations though. Well, the 7-Eleven is the only one that says participating locations. It looks like the other like Dollar General, CVS, Family Dollar, and all them. It's at all locations. Where I live, we don't have 7-Eleven. It's not. We don't have any 7-Eleven where I live. They're called Casey's and they're called Come and Go. They're like, man, they're gas stations, but these gas stations you never seen before, man. I'll tell you that. The Come and Go gas station, they got beer on the tap, like a little mini bar there. They got like a little restaurant set up. Like these are the biggest gas stations here. There's no BPs, there's no Shells, there's nothing like that. It's just weird. They don't even have Chase banks out here where I live. I live in Iowa. Chase ain't here. They kicked them out of here. They closed them down. A lot of credit unions run this. Yeah, mostly credit unions run this place. It's crazy. And yeah, the only bank that's like a big bank that's here is a Wells Fargo. There's a lot of Wells Fargos, and they're big Wells Fargos. Like some of the Wells Fargo's locations aren't even banking locations. They're not like you can't go in there and try to get some money out. They're like Wells Fargo advisors and stuff. You go in there and they'll give you like financial, like wealth advice and all that. It's just they're different. Yeah, but yeah, Chase has got shut down. Like I don't know, because it's like a self. Iowa's like, yeah, Iowa's different, man. I can tell you that because Iowa doesn't even allow you to get money from lending club here. Lending club's not allowed to lend anybody money in Iowa. because they got so much restrictions on like people. You can't really get over on people here. Like if your interest rates are going to be ridiculous, they won't even allow you to lend money. So there's like super big like guidelines you have to meet in order to try to lend money. So lending club, they're not allowed to lend people money here because their interest rates are too high. So it's just, yeah, it's like there's a couple different places you can't get money from out here. It's weird. But I mean, I understand it too because they're more or less looking out for the people. But this card is interesting. This American Express card. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna look more into it, the benefits and stuff. I'm gonna look more into it. The banks I use right now, my main bank that I use, it's a credit union. Well, it's not my main bank. My main bank I use is Chime actually. But when Chime had that outage, it made me second guess it. I use Chime for my regular, like all day normal purchases, and for my savings account I use Wealthfront. And Chime and Wealthfront, I'm able to transfer in between, so it's kind of cool. Simple, I can't transfer into Wealthfront, so I didn't like them. Varo, I can't transfer into Wealthfront. I'm not able to pull data from my Capital One credit card. Like, I was gonna do a whole video on those where I'm not able to connect certain bank accounts to certain bank accounts because I use Varo, Simple, Chime, and then I use DePaco. DePaco's a credit union out here. Yeah, I could feel you on that because by me using Chime, if I make money in cash and I want to put it into my Chime account, man, I gotta pay a fee like a $3.95 every time I put money on my Chime account. But that's like putting cash. If I'm gonna do a direct deposit or something, I don't gotta pay nothing, obviously. But or if I'm transferring money from one bank account to another, I don't have to do nothing. But when I'm trying to put cash into it, that's where I run into the problem of paying the $3.95. I know. Hey, thanks for putting me on game. I'm gonna definitely drop a whole video on there. I might even do a Chime versus American Express serve card. Because I was gonna do one about the Varo, Simple, and Chime. Because between Varo, Simple, and Chime, Chime's the winner. Like Chime is able to connect to all these different banks. They're able to transfer money to all these different banks, and the other ones aren't. Simple, man, good luck trying to put money on your Simple card. You can't even go to a store and try to put money on there. Chime, at least you could reload it anywhere a green dot can be reloaded. So that's pretty much anywhere. But with Simple, you can't. Man, I learned the hard way because when Chime was out a couple weeks ago. Something happened and they were messed up for a couple of days. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna just move my money to Simple, man. Don't. Good luck trying to reload a Simple card, man. You're gonna have to go to Walmart, buy a reloadable card, and do all this extra stuff. Hell no, bro. Like, no. And then the Varo, like trying to get money out of there. They don't really have ATM cards anywhere, so Chime's the winner. I had no choice but to go back to Chime, even with them being down. All right, I'm gonna order mine online. Do you know if you can graduate from that reloadable card and like if it helps you go into like an actual American Express card? Because that'll be kind of cool. I do see it does have the Amex offers where it says explore a range of offers, shopping, dining, and more from places you love. It's easy and free. It's FDIC insured, 24/7 customer service, fraud protection, purchase protection. It seems legit. Like it seems what's up, man. Like I haven't, yeah, and I haven't really seen people talk about this card because like Chime Current. Yeah, I'm gonna mess with it. I'm gonna definitely get it because, like I said, I've tried them all. I tried all the online banking. I'm giving them all a try, to see like basically see where I land and where I want to stay. And when I tried Chime, Simple, and Varo, like Chime went out, so I'm like, oh man, they're dead to me. But once I went to like Simple and all them, like I started seeing all the flaws, and I'm like, damn, like I'm forced to go back to Chime because Chime has everything I want. I got you. I'll give you a shout out. Definitely give you a shout out when I make that video. I got you. I'm still looking at the benefits right now. That's what's up, man. Any other cards you want me to look at? Because you man, you've been putting me on game. Because I'm gonna do a video on that Credit Strong, and I'm gonna do a video on that card, the Amex card. Now, that's what's up, man. I'm gonna give you a shout out on both of those videos. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That Bluebird card. You go to Walmart, you could get them at Walmart and stuff. Back in the day, I tried to. Back in the day, I tried to get one, but they for some reason they denied me because like I was trying to they needed identity verification or something, and I didn't do it in enough time or whatever, so they ended up closing the account. This was back in the day, like this had to be like in 2014 or 13 because I was trying to buy something online. I was trying to buy something online from overseas. I'm not gonna really say what, but so I was trying to get a prepaid card to do it. I didn't want to do it from my bank account, and they needed me to prove my identity or whatever, and I didn't do it in enough time, so they ended up closing the account. But I went to Walmart to do it, and they gave me with Walmart. You get that little you get the like the temporary card. Yeah, Venmo. I just got them because some people try to pay me with. They were trying to pay me with Venmo, and I was like, well, I use cash. I use the Cash App. Yep. Yeah, I use Cash App and Venmo as well. I got those cards, but usually I only use that for like accepting payments or if I'm gonna pay somebody for something, that will take those cards. Yeah. And with the Cash App card, you're able to get like perks like cash back on like Chipotle and different items. There's cash back or you get like money off of your purchase or whatever. And it's called a boost. You got to boost it or something. That's kind of cool. So I think I'm gonna do some coverage on debit cards. They're not the reason I guess I haven't covered them is because they're not necessarily going to build your credit. So like I didn't know if people were still interested in them because you're not really building any credit with them, but they're just options, where to hold your money and stuff. Yeah, there's a whole so there's a whole finesse you could do too. Like if you drive a lot and you want cash back, there's a whole finesse I came up with, right? Because there's this app, it's called Get Upside. So basically with the Get Upside, discover Has an online checking account that earns 1% cash back. Okay. But so there's this like if you need so for gas, I found a way of getting like 3 times the rewards, I should say, because I got an Uber debit card because I'll drive Uber sometimes. So when I drive Uber, I got their debit card and I could cash out to that debit card for free. And if I use that debit card to pay for gas, so this is what I do. I'll swipe that card, and by it being the Uber debit card, it'll give me cash back. I'll also already have a rewards card with that gas station. So any gas station that I'll have a rewards with them. So I'll get cash back on their rewards. I'll get cash back from Uber, and then I'll take a picture of the receipt and upload it to Get Upside. So I get cash back from Get Upside. I get cash back from Uber. Then I'll get the rewards from that gas station. So I'll get 3 times the rewards. So if you could find a credit card that gives you cash back, you can do this, and you'll get 3 times the rewards. Yeah, I know a lot about I use a whole bunch of checking accounts, different ones anyways, because I like to try them out to see which one's better, whatever. Then I try to connect my credit cards to it. I also use Robinhood. I'm signed up for their money management card. I'm waiting for that to drop. I'm gonna look into the Discover Online Checking. I'll look into that as well. What's important to me too is how the mobile app functions, like how up to date they are. Excuse me. Then also, if they're able to connect into these different online accounts, because that being able to see like all my balances in one account, that's important to me. So I don't have to log out, log into something else. Or if I'm trying to move money, if I'm trying to move money from my like my regular bank account into my Wealthfront account, because Wealthfront, I like leaving my money there because it takes a couple of days for me to get it out, and that's basically where my emergency fund is. So I'm gonna check it out. I'm excited about this American Express card. I'm super excited about it. Yeah, that's how a lot of these banks are, like Chime and all them. You get paid 2 days early. It's kind of cool. I appreciate you, bodyguard. All the info. Tax returns too, but most important, no fees. Okay. I'm about to head out of here, man. I'm gonna give you a shout out on both of those videos when I drop them for the American Express card and the Credit Strong card. All right, I'm heading out of here, man. Appreciate you. And I'm gonna drop those videos and I'll see you in the next one, man.